Right now, Utah parents and kids are getting ready for back to school. Many students spent the majority of last year learning online with COVID-19. Now, for some, as they go back into the classroom, it may be their first time learning in person again. So as parents prepare to send them back, the Red Cross wants those kids to be safe. Joining us with some smart ideas for parents to protect their kids is Del Brady, the Executive Director of the Salt Lake Area Branch for the Red Cross. Del, thanks for being with us here today.
Thanks, Brian. Good morning.
It feels like with COVID-19, safety has been really on the mind for a lot of families and parents with kids going back to school.
You're right. And the Red Cross wants everyone to stay safe. In fact, a lot of the safety tips that we recommend now are good for year-round, whether school's in or not.
Yeah, so of course you're thinking about not only just for things as far as COVID-19, but there's a lot of normal safety concerns as you get kids now walking to school, taking the bus to school, that you want parents to be prepared for.
That's right. A lot of these kids didn't have that experience last year during the pandemic. So now is the time to make sure that they stay safe and are safe going to school.
So what are some of the concerns that you have with the Red Cross?
So for kids that are walking to school, a lot of traffic safety. So if you're taking the bus, walking to the bus stop, stand away from the curb. Don't board the bus till it comes to a complete stop. If you're crossing the street, cross at a corner where there's a crossing guard. Those are the kinds of tips that we need our kids to make sure they implement as they walk to school.
In some ways it sounds like it's a reminder of things that we need to make sure those kids are doing.
That's right, yeah. We may think they're simple everyday things, but for a child that's walking to school for the first time, these are really important. So like, don't cross between parked cars, don't cross in the middle of the street. These are really important things.
So you have some of those buses, or at least around buses, crossing the street. What about wearing seatbelts and riding bikes for those kids?
Yeah, a lot of parents will be commuting to and from school with their kids, so make sure everyone's wearing a seatbelt. And if you have a teenager driving to school, absolutely make sure that they are wearing seat belts as well as their friends.
Especially if you have some of those teenagers driving for the first time this fall. That's another one.
That's right.
You just mentioned driving. What about suggestions for drivers?
Yeah, drivers need to be aware. This time of year, a lot of school zones will be activated, so please watch for those signs and obey them explicitly. Slow down, watch for kids, obey crossing guards when they're in the intersection.
Any other ideas there, especially when you're getting around a bus, for example, and you see those kids coming on and off the bus?
Yeah, great point, Brian. Buses will signal when it's time to stop, and for children, never cross behind the bus. And for drivers, better to err on caution and just slow down. And when you see that stop sign come out from the bus, come to a complete stop in both directions.
And real quick before we let you go in the last 30 seconds here, I know you're doing a blood competition right now. The Red Cross does a lot of those blood donations. You've got one going between Utah State and Weber State.
We do. It's a severe shortage right now, and so both these universities are competing, hoping to collect 1,000 units in each, and we'd love the community to come out and support.
There you go. So speaking and thinking of safety in a number of different ways out here today, and making sure we have blood is another one. If you want to keep up with all the school safety tips, we have a link on our website, abc4.com/GMU. Talking with Del Brady from the Red Cross and getting our kids back to school the safe way. Del, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks very much, Brian.